Assalamu alaikum dear students. I am Rabi Shafiq from Biology Department of APSEC Fort Road, and today we are going to discuss the topic excretion. Excretion is a life process, and it is an important life process that is important for the elimination of wasteful nitrogenous product from the body of the living organism in the form of which are produced as a result of metabolism. So, excretion, it is the removal of chemical waste from the body of animal as a result of metabolism within the cell. Metabolism is the sum of all the chemical activities which take place in the body of the living organism. This metabolism produces excretory products. These excretory products have to be eliminated out of the body, otherwise they are harmful for the body of the living organism. The excretory products are in the form of nitrogenous excretory products like ammonia, urea and uric acid. Now, some animals they release waste product in the form of ammonia. Some animals they released waste product in the form of urea, and some animals they release it in the form of uric acid. It depends on the nature of the habitat. It depends on the nature of the habitat in which the animal is surviving for the release of these waste product. Now, animals they release three types of waste product: ammonia, urea, and uric acid. Ammonia, this is produced as a result of metabolism of proteins, as a result of metabolism of carbohydrates. It is a highly toxic substance and it raises the pH of the body fluids. So that's why it has to be eliminated out of the body very soon and very early. It is highly soluble in water and it is has the property to diffuse in the cell membrane and causing toxicity inside the cell. 1 gram of nitrogen in the form of ammonia, it requires 500 milliliter of water for its elimination. The aquatic animals, so from here we can conclude that this waste product requires a large amount of water for its elimination. So this can be so the animals which are present in the aquatic habitat, they can only afford this much loss of water from their body with the ammonia. Animals that excrete ammonia as their nitrogenous waste product, they are known as ammonotelic animals. It includes the water animals, fishes, protozoans, sponges and ciliatrates. The second type of the excretory product is the urea. Urea is converted into its form from ammonia by a cycle that is known as uric acid cycle, and the animals that release urea as their waste product, they are known as ureotelic. It requires less amount of water for its for removal of urea as a nitrogenous product, and animals they spend some energy to convert ammonia to urea. This is adapted, or the animals they convert ammonia to urea. These are the animals which are mostly surviving in the terrestrial habitat where they have less availability of water, because this excretory product requires less amount of water as compared to ammonia for its elimination from the body of the living organism. Mammals, amphibians, shark and bony fishes are the animals that excrete urea as their excretory product, and they are ureotelic. The third type of the excretory product is the uric acid, and uric acid, it is the compound, it is an excretory product which requires very less amount of water for its excretion, because it is released in the form of solid excreta, in the form of solid crystals, and it is basically a purine, a double ring structure, and it is basic in nature, having nitrogenous residues in it, and it is less toxic than urea. The terrestrial vertebrates and the egg-laying mammals, these are the animals that release uric acid as their waste products, and these are the animals which are known as uricotelics. This figure will explain this is actually a web diagram which will show you the release of ammonia, or the release of waste product from the body of the living organism. Amino acid, when they are metabolized, they result in the formation of ammonia, and the carbohydrates, they are converted to keto acids and then they will form ammonia. Ammonia is then some animals they release ammonia as it is. These are the aquatic animals. Some animals they convert ammonia to urea by urea cycle, and this urea is then eliminated out of the body with less water as compared to the ammonia, and there are 15 reaction pathways which are involved for the formation of uric acid. It is a double ring structure. It is a base, a nitrogenous base, and it is basic in nature, and it is released from the body of organism in the form of solid crystals. The next part of our lecture is about the excretory system of man. Here we will discuss example of excretory system of man. The excretory system of man, you people may know this, that it consists of kidney, ureter, urinary bladder and the urethra. Kidneys, which are the important structural organs and the functional organs, which are the important component of the excretory system, they are located on the on either side of the vertebral column between the 12th thoracic and 3rd lumbar vertebrae. It means that it is located at the junction of our peritoneal and the thoracic cavity. Ureter is a tubular organ and it is 25 centimeter long, and it extends downward parallel to the vertebral column, and it joins urinary bladder. Urinary bladder is a structure which is responsible for the collection of the urine, and it is also known as urine reservoir. For some time the urine is collected and stored in the urinary bladder, and then it is removed out of the body from the urethra. Urinary bladder, it is hollow and it is distensible and muscular organ, and it is present in the pelvic cavity and in the in the pelvic cavity, and it is serving as a urine reservoir because it is storing urine for smaller time periods, and then it is released out of the body. This is the figure which is telling which is actually explaining the organs of the excretory system. Kidneys, they are responsible for the production of urine. This urine is then collected by the ureters, and the two ureters, they are responsible to bring urine to the bladder. Urine is stored in the bladder and it is removed out of the body of the organism by the urethra. The structure of the kidney, the function, and when we study the diseases of kidney, it is known as nephrology. This word nephrology is from the term nephron, which is a basic structural and functional unit of the kidney. These are the properties of the kidney. They are reddish brown in color, they are bean-shaped organs, and they have small surface. A capsule is present which encloses the kidney, and it is connective tissue layer, and it is responsible for supporting the kidney. The lateral side of each kidney is convex while the medial surface is concave. Here we can see the diagram. This is the lateral side which is convex, and this is the medial side which is concave. The medial depression, it leads to a hollow chamber called sinus. This is the cavity, and entrance to sinus is known as the hilum. Hilum is the depression in the kidney region, and it is the region from where renal arteries and nerves enter the kidney, and renal vein and ureter exit the kidney. This is the region. This is the hilus region. It is the region from where it is also known as the depression region in the kidney. It is a region from where arteries enter the kidney and veins exit the kidney, and nerves enter the kidney and ureters leave the kidney. Kidney, it is divided into two regions, renal cortex and renal medulla. The outer region, the outer convex region of the kidney is known as the cortex region, and the inner concave region is known as the medulla region, and it is surrounding the space which is present in the kidney. The renal medulla, this region, this is the cortical region, and this is the medulla region. The medulla region consists of cone-shaped structure which are known as renal pyramids. These are renal pyramids, and these renal pyramids, they are located at the boundary between renal cortex and renal medulla. Medulla और cortex के जो junction है वहाँ पे ये pyramids present होते हैं, और जो pyramids की tips होती हैं, they are towards the center of the kidney, and the urine is collected in the renal pyramids, and then they leave the kidney by the help of the ureters. Then they are responsible to take the urine to the bladder, and in the bladder the urine is stored for smaller period of time, and then it leaves the kidney. This is the diagram which actually tells the anatomy of the kidney. The capsule is present. This is the intact region which is responsible to provide support. The cortical region, the outer region. The pyramid is the region from where the urine is collected. The medulla is the region which is the inner side. The renal artery which take bloods to the kidney. The renal vein is responsible to take blood out of the kidney. Pelvis region, and the ureters which are responsible to collect the blood.